Hey, AI made simple. Every business owner that I work with, they have this gold mine of content in their head. But the frustration is, and I felt it, is like, why can't my team read my mind? I wish that it's impossible, but it's like, how can your team follow you if you're not clear in what's going on in here? And it's the same way with AI. AI can't really help you. It's going to be generic, and everything that you hear, all the people that are um, intimidated by AI, they always have these common um, concerns or frustrations or shade that they throw at AI, and it's about, oh, it's superficial and it's not this. Well, the reason is because you're not giving it the information it needs to be specific, to be powerful, um, to be help you organize and structure all of that gold that's in your head. As a leader, you've got so much in your head. And so today we're going to show you how to take what's in your head and get it into a structured format to where the AI can like take it and run with it. So I'm going to share my screen and let's go. Let's share his screen. All right. So today we're going to learn how to download your expertise and how to turn what's in your head into AI ready authority. And if you've been following me this on this live stream on AI Made Simple Live, then you know that a couple of weeks ago that we talk about being opinionated and perspective rich. That content is what builds your authority. And then last week we talked about AI SEO favors clarity, structure, and genuine expertise. And so today is like, well, all right. So if we buy into this, how do we extract that expertise so that we can get it into the AI system? Because the AI search engines like Google AI now and Perplexity, ChatGPT, etc. It needs your pithy input, your opinions, your authority. It needs to know what you're doing. So today it's like easy. We're going to do that. And if you've been getting value out of these episodes, do me a favor. It helps me out. Um, do a like, do a subscribe on this. Tell your friends and neighbors. All right. So your authority, here's when I work with business leaders, if you sit across a table and you just ask them about their business, they flow. They don't need to think about it. They are an expert and they have an opinion and a perspective. And it's the whole reason why they started their business. They thought one day, they actually thought, I've been watching these other options. Actually, I can do better. And then they put it all on the line. They launch the business. They risk their reputation. They risk their finances, their family finances, everything. They put it all on the line and they put it out there and they start doing it. And that's what we're talking about. This is the content, the awesome content that we want to extract. But the problem is, it's not that you aren't creative. It's not that you don't have a perspective. It's not that actually you are an authority. So many people appreciate what you do. It's about capturing. We need to capture that expertise and put it into a way that the AI can help you organize it, structure it, write blogs, write social media posts, write newsletters, whatever it is that you want to do. It's all in here. So easy. So let's do it. Today we're going to use the dictate mode in ChatGPT. We're using ChatGPT, but this is in Grok, this is in Gemini, this is in all the other tools. But we're using ChatGPT because it's the most widely used, or the first AI tool you most likely used. And so we're familiar with what it looks like, the interface, etc. And so how many times have you explained something perfectly on a call, but it was never documented? Imagine all the things that you've said spoken, taught, explained, That's authority, man. That's your perspective. That's the value that you bring to the folks that appreciate what you do. So we're going to capture it. So the solution is to use the dictate mode, and that's your superpower. You don't need to create more content. You just need to download what you already know. And so today we're going to open ChatGPT. We're going to use a voice input. We're going to treat it like a mini interview with yourself. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to be filtered or scripted. You just need to speak like you do to clients in a session. And the result is you're going to have stuff to make a blog post or articles, training content, FAQs, the foundation. And this is how I work with leaders, and we come up with this will be a little mini version of how we create a custom or specialty GPT that's internal, that you use, that your team uses, that your marketing folks use, and everybody gets on the same page. But where did the leader, who are they following? It's the leader, and the leader has to download, right? So this is how we're going to download. We're going to cover today 5 what I call clarity session questions, all right? And these questions pull the gold out of your head, and this is how you do it. So if you're following along, you can, if you're watching this and this is after it's recorded, pause and do this. Answer these questions as you go through. And so first of all, it's like, what do you wish your best customers understood about what you do? And so this is how you do it. It's really easy, but I'm going to put on the voice mode here. Nope, we're not going to do voice mode. Sorry. We're going to do dictation. All right. And so the question that we're answering at the moment is, what do you wish your best customers understood about what you do? And so if I'm answering this, so, what we do isn't just marketing. It's like, it's business clarity. Marketing isn't just a visible layer. It's a layer of a deeper problem. And most businesses can't clearly articulate who they are and why it matters and what makes them different. And so what we do, what I wish they understood, is that we help them create that story, see it clearly, and from their website to the sales process, starts working. All those things come together in harmony. So we don't want to chase tactics. We want to align the story that powers your growth, right? All right, so I'm going to go on to the next question, and on here it's the next question is, what's a common misconception people have about your industry? And that's for my industry, that's like, the expectation is that a marketing agency can sell magic, or an AI marketing agency such as us can sell visibility. But the truth is, most agencies are just selling activity or ads or funnels or social posts, or without really helping clients understand why they're doing it. So what we do, the real work in what we do, is diagnosing the business story underneath and the marketing symptoms. And I think that most of what looks like a marketing problem is actually a messaging or a positioning problem. And so the next question that we're doing is, what problem do you solve better than anyone? And the way that I would answer it is like, we're helping businesses translate this complexity that exists in there and transforming it into clarity. And it's like most of us, and me included, I have to go through this process myself, but we're all too close to our own business, and we all get sucked in and with jargon and thinking about, we know what went in all the solutions that we did, but your user doesn't care about that. They want to see how it's going to help them later and in the future. And so and most leaders can't see that narrative forest for the operational trees. And so we come in and we listen deeply and extract that core story and then rebuild their messaging so it connects with both logic and emotion. So, I think my team's strength is that we've been in the trenches and I've been running businesses, not just campaigns, and we know what it's like to need growth without losing your soul, right? And so the next question is, what's one decision you wish your clients would make differently? I wish they'd commit to mastering their message before really spending money on ads or all these other tactics. And so, I see lots of folks when we get to them that have been traumatized to some extent, and they've wasted a lot of money on ads and SEO and automation that before they really got clear on what they're doing. And that's like decorating a house before you build it, right? Before you pour the foundation. And so you got to get your story right. You got to get your message clear, and your message is like a multiplier for all the money you're going to invest later. And then, so what's the last question in this little mini clarity session is, if someone could only remember one thing from working with you, what would it be? And I think the clarity is a competitive advantage, is what I would want them to do. Is like every thought leader you really appreciate and follow, or you bought their book, or you went to their seminar, or you watched them on YouTube, they sat down and went through this process that I'm talking about, and they got clear on their perspective, their opinion, and they got it put into a nice format that helps them articulate that, and you resonated with that, and that's why you appreciate them. And so when you know how to articulate your story with confidence and simplicity, then you stop competing on price, and you stop chasing shiny tactics, and you start getting the right clients that really love and appreciate exactly what you're helping them with. It takes a bit of courage, but it's a process. And so I think the real ROI isn't just in the numbers, but it's in the alignment of your team and your story and your strategy and your, the folks that appreciate what you do. And your soul. I mean, there's a reason why you do this. There's a reason why you put it all on the line, and that's your why. And this comes through. This just comes through with this. And so now let's go. And what we're going to do now is we're going to stop. Now, what I just did is download all of these thoughts and opinions on just those 5 questions. The next one I'm going to do is show you how you can take just this little bit of time that we spent doing this. We're going to write a blog just off that first question, just to show you how this process works, how we can capture what's in your head and turn it into some really great content. And so now what I'm going to tell it, I'm going to go up here. I just downloaded all that, right? So I'm going to go help me write a 800 word blog from the first question I answered in this mini interview. All right, so let's just see what happens here. But what I'm demonstrating is this is how you can quickly collect all that pithy opinion authority that actually, in the new world of AI SEO, this is it, man. This turns something from a typical blog that was intended all right, well, what are the keywords that I'm guessing Google wants to hear that we need to stuff into a blog? And what's happening is that Google's whole model is transitioning, as we showed, is transitioning to AI SEO. That's what Perplexity is about. That's what more and more people are just asking ChatGPT about. What's a good solution for this problem? And if AI doesn't know what you do, they can't return it. And so having a pithy, opinionated, authoritative answer that's connected to you makes this a super valuable blog that is cited in the results that are coming from these AI answers. We're moving from a search oriented to an answer oriented. And how can we get your answers baked into the resources that the AI is referring to is exactly like this. And so you can see how this took my messy download just on this one question, and it pumped out an 800-word blog that's in my voice, that represents me, and it has my opinions in it. So most business owners think that marketing is visible fluff, the ads, the website, the automation. They think it's what people see, but the truth is marketing isn't the surface layer of your business. It's a reflection of a much deeper story. And so what we do is a marketing, it's business clarity. So you can see how it took what I flowed, these are questions I answer every day. And now we have some content that can be taken and used in many ways, whether it's a website, a newsletter. Then this can go to my writers and they can quickly tweak it. Okay. But on 95%, it represents me. It solves several problems. It solves that problem of you wishing someone would just read your mind and quickly go do it. I wish you would just go do what I wish, what I wanted. And this is how you pull it out of your head and communicate it. So if I could convince every client, make one decision, it'd be to master your message first. And so it didn't do what I said. So I wanted to just have a article off the first question, but I could take this right here and then go down here and say, all right, so write me a more just more detailed version of this part. Paste it in. So here we go. So it's going to quickly expand on that. But you see how you can just take a few minutes and you can get multiple versions of really good content that you can use in many ways, that your marketing team can use in many ways. And as a leader, you're leading clearly with your opinion. This is easy for someone to take and tweak and a post it on your LinkedIn, post it in your X, post it on your company Facebook page, right? And then I can just go, all right, now produce me produce me social post promoting this blog for X, LinkedIn, and FB. All right, so now it's going to take and give me little post that's going to promote this blog. These are nothing other than search engines, right? But they need to know what you're talking about. Each one's a little bit different. They expect the content to be formatted in each way, and that's what this ChatGPT is so good at doing. But look at this; it gave me options. In just a matter of minutes here, we've produced amazing content that is opinionated, that represents your authority, and that can start to draw in people who actually appreciate how you perceive the world in your industry, in your specialty. And that's the amazing power of using these clarity sessions, little mini clarity sessions. The ones that I do are more intensive. They're, we'll do over 30 questions, but here's what the outcome is. It's going to connect it back to AI SEO. Now we've got your expertise and your voice creating structured knowledge that AI can recognize, cite, and trust. And this becomes an amazing, powerful amplification. But AI can't do this unless you provide it with your perspective. And then all of this, we can bake it into your own specialty or custom GPT. Then in those AI searches, then you're offering content structured in a way that can be recommended or presented in a cited manner that we've been discussing. When we look at this AI mode, this is what I'm talking about. When we go in here, anything I want to know about, an example topic, it's going to bring, we're just doing this real quick. You see how many sites it went through and cited? And so it's bringing me back the sites that have content that would help me understand this. These are cited sources. Okay. Out of those 90, it brought back 10 sites. And so doing this process puts you in to the ecosystem. Much like Google Business Profile is, what is a Google Business Profile? When you go claim it and fill it out, there's a very structured way that Google is wanting you to put information in. Why is that? It's because they're able to take the information in a particular structure. They've made it to where it verifies it's you. And then all of that is basically building a website, with a little mini website within the Google's ecosystem, so that they have confidence in recommending your solution or your product, your restaurant, whatever that may be, because you went in and followed the process that took your information about your business and put it in their system in a way that they quickly understand it and can bring it people to you. This is the same process in how the LLMs or the AI tools like Google Gemini, Grok, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google Search SEO. This is it. This is the exact process that sets you up for success there. So that content can be taken and formatted on your website. Here's an example. So this clarity session framework that I'm telling you about solves these problems that you started a business and didn't know you're going to need to master messaging and marketing. That's the truth. You started your business to be great at your business, but you didn't realize that you're also going to have to be a master at messaging. Well, that's not fair. And then as that creates an internal struggle with you. It's like, oh, I always have to be on when I'm not sure what I have to say. You're in a position of like always being on the spot. You have this little bit of concern that I'm not always communicating clearly. And then the philosophical aspect is like, what's unfair in this is that why do I have to carry all this and still keep up with new tools and trends and run my business and manage my team? And so that's why this framework puts you in a position of confidence and helps you succeed. Custom GPTs this is where this all goes, is custom GPTs. That's the strategic thinking partner that you, your team, your marketing folks can use from this investment of your download, of your time, of pulling all this expertise out of you and getting it in a format and putting it in a useful thing that's powerful and can help you use it every single day. And so it's like having a strategic partner that represents you when you're not around. So you've got a presentation in a couple of hours. Wham, this can do it. Your sales lead asks for a last minute proposal. Easy. A team member needs a headline, a script, a hook. Easy. You're onboarding someone new. So this is what expected. This is how you can get your team up to speed fast. And so anyway, this process is a game changer for you and your entire organization. So schedule a time with me. This is the essence of what we do. We help companies adopt AI, and this is the number one step. That is the biggest lever, biggest competitive advantage. It makes the most move. But if you thought COVID changed your business, if you think about it, your business looks very different now. AI is going to make COVID look like nothing. Google's having to change their system. Every company is having to change the way they do business because of AI, and you're not exempt. And this is how you get ahead. This is how you learn. This is how you adopt. This is how you compete. And this is how you stay relevant. Okay. Say, we got some free tools, roionline.com/link tree. Come get you some free resources here. I've got all these GPTs I made just for you to set you up for success. Click them, use them, and these are shortcuts. Coming soon, we're going to have a page on our website. All these free AI and ChatGPT resources, they're going to be here. Another episode of AI Made Simple. Tell your friends and neighbors. Thanks for listening. If you got some value, again, please like, subscribe, all the things that the cool kids do. And we'll see you next week on another episode of AI Made Simple.